Hey guys, Schuyler here, real estate broker, Century 21 in Roseburg, Oregon, and just wanted to bring to your attention some of the cool things that are happening in the market and answer some of your questions that you might have pertaining to is it the right time to sell. I hate being the kind of guy that has to come back and say I told you so, but coming through the real estate crash that we had several years ago, if you remember that like I do, it was no fun. I remember the flood of calls that came in from potential home sellers that were on the fence, thinking about it, and just never really ready to pull the trigger because they were so busy, wrapped up, waiting for that perfect time to sell that they could maximize profits and all that kind of stuff, and not knowing how close to the end we really were. In light of current events and craziness going on in other markets that influence our real estate market, I thought it was interesting, and also looking at some new National Association of Realtors reports that just came out, some of the stats that just hit. A lot of home selling right now. In fact, nationwide, there's an average of over 15,000 homes selling per day. That equals almost 6 million homes per year, which is pretty nuts when you think about it. Of course, we're in Douglas County, so we don't experience that kind of craziness, but Douglas County is holding its own. And Douglas County, for the first time in several years, is finally tipping towards that seller's market, which we honestly just haven't been there. We were in double-digit inventory for months and months and months and months. The last few months, we've been in a fairly competitive market, meaning fewer homes on the market and higher prices typically for home sellers. So what I believe personally is that we're in this little window of a great real estate market. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a doomsday kind of realtor. I'd like to believe, like everyone else, that we're just going to keep growing and keep booming and all that kind of stuff. But I do remember 2008, 2009, as things started to cool off and then ended up dropping off there all one day, and we all ended up losing thousands of dollars in equity, myself included, in my rentals and my houses. So if you're procrastinating, if you have an interest in selling, even a remote tiny interest over the next 2 years, you think that's going to be a reality, your ears ought to perk up here a little bit and pay attention to kind of the world we're living in, the market we're living in, because what we do know is that right now there's fewer homes on the market, prices are pushing up, and you have a really good chance of getting top dollar right now in this market. Could it go up higher? Sure it could, but it could have back in 2008 and 2009, and it went just the opposite way. So we're in this little window, I believe, my personal opinion. How long it'll stay open, we don't really know. It could be open for the next year or two. It could be open today. But what I do know is if you have an interest in selling, even a remote interest in selling, now is the time to do it. I wouldn't procrastinate. I wouldn't wait around. I'd hate to have you be one of those people that call me after the fact and say, we got to sell now. What are we going to do? And you just lost all that equity like happened before. I don't want to say I told you so. So if you have an interest in selling, whether we work together or not, that's kind of beside the point. This information is good and it's solid and it's factual and it's based on some real numbers. So the key is to price your house aggressively. That doesn't mean underpricing your house, and marketing your property effectively. And I'd be happy to help you out with that. Whether we work together or not, I could definitely tell you how to do that and what it's going to take to get your house sold in this market or any market for that matter. So anyway, just thank you for checking out this video. Jump over to roseburghomesforsale.com. There should be a link below the video if you're on YouTube, and you can contact me there and set up a free consult to see what we got. All right, thanks again. Have a great day. God bless.